Hello everyone, Chandler here, and today I'm just going to be walking and talking, kind of an update of my life. First things first, I have my eyes red like this because I have a sty. It's just some medical thing, I don't know why. It rhymes. And I broke my pinky. I was skating 1 week ago, and I was skating at a tennis court, filming at night, and I tried to do a hippie jump over at 180, and I landed it, and my buddy tried to film it with his camera, and then I broke my pinky. And then my ankle, I rolled it. Last week I had my bachelor party video that went up, and moved over to Springfield. And how it works is you pay for 4-hour sessions at the indoor outdoor skate park. And yeah, 30 minutes in, I broke my ankle, or not broke my ankle, yikes. I rolled my ankle, and I couldn't skate anymore. So I spent the rest of the day that we were there filming. But yeah, so, ooh. Yeah, basically today I just wanted to tell you what kind of my more religious belief type stuff. I know I talk about this whenever I do like a talking video, but I feel like this is an important thing in my life. I want my actions to reflect that. And that's what I'm talking about today. So, from what I've been doing with my life, I will talk about how important I think God is, or how important He's actually. While I'm in the shade, I'm going to get into a better seating spot real quick. One moment here. Let's try right here. There you go. So I talk a big talk when it comes to religious stuff or Christian stuff, what I believe that Jesus has taught me to do. And I tell people that I read my Bible for 30 minutes every day, or that kind of stuff, or I'll say I usually try to read 30 minutes of my Bible every day, which my main keyword there that I failed to mention them is try. I don't always do it. Like this week I've done it once, and it wasn't even 30 minutes, I don't think. I'm just doing like I don't know, it's something I'm doing. But yeah, and so I think, in my mind, if I am telling you and I'm telling myself that loving God and important, like following Him is that important, and I'm spending less than like 1% of my week on that, I'm not showing that with my actions. And I've heard from a lot of different religious people that saying that if you tell someone you believe in God and they look at their checkbook and they can't see anything, then was what you're saying really true? And I believe there's some truth in that, and it's almost an implied thing that I don't think is necessary. I don't think God needs your money. I think He's able to provide anything He wants, and He can use people, and He can use you, and He can use your money, but He doesn't need it. I don't think God is like wanting or needing you to help Him, but He asks for you to help Him, and so He wants you to do it lovingly, not of like oh, this is what I have to do, this is what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just going to do it and be happy. And so I think whenever my main point is, if someone like is going to clean your room for you, rather than you like ask them over and over and over, hey, can you clean my room, just clean my room, it'd be really nice, please, 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 and then they do it, and they're like, fine. It would be much better if they just like cleaned it and you were surprised, and you're like, whoa, I didn't even know you were going to do that, just so they're doing it out of pure love. Yeah, that's mine. You're good. Alright. A guy came and asked if my camera bag over there was mine, and that is. And I'm just sitting on a pile of rocks in the middle of nowhere, talking to a camera. Things just got real. Anyway, back on track, and showing what you believe with your actions as far as being faithful to it. If I were to tell you that that rock right over there, I can stand on it, jump on it, sit on it, it will not move. It is sturdy and stable. And you can look at it yourself and be like, oh, maybe that is. Or maybe you see that like there's rocks underneath it, like maybe it's not. You'll never truly know, and I'm never really showing you what I believe. I'm just telling you I'm being a good salesman. But if I were to go over and say this rock is going to hold me, it's going to be good, and I go over to it and I stand on it, oh, it does actually shake. But now it doesn't move at all. And I sit down on it and say, yeah, this rock is fine, and it is good. Then I'm showing you with my actions that the rock is just fine to sit on. And it's not just me telling you something that I want you to believe. Same thing with the Bible. If someone, I think this is what gets the most people caught up about being a Christian, or what it means to be a Christian, when they tell you to do all these things, and then Monday night they go out in their life and they just continue on like Sunday never happened. Like they weren't just the pastor of the church, and they weren't just doing that. They don't live their life the way they teach. And that's hypocritical, and everyone knows that, and you don't want to do that. But I believe it goes into even deeper scale of in your own head, what you are telling yourself or telling others, and you don't fully think that in your head, or you have doubts, and you aren't portraying that to people, then I think that's a form of making people stumble. Like, for me to tell you that I have no doubts about my beliefs is crazy, and I can't do that, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do that. But the thing is, what I've been told in the Bible is that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Meaning I can't do it by myself, but if I rely on Him and allow Him to help me and ask for Him to help me, He can, and He will. That's not meaning I'm going to say, I'm going to fly, I can do anything I want to, and just start flying around. That's no point. That's such a small, like, even if it got one person to believe, that's such a small thing to do, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But for me to rely on Him and say that, yes, I do believe it's worth my time to go and sit down at the church and pray and talk to God and then tell others about Him, because I want them to know Him the way that I do and get help from Him the way that I have gotten help. And for me to do that and think that, that's showing that my actions and showing how much I actually believe and relying on God. I know this is something that I've been talking about with my fiance, about just how people can love and how can you love unconditionally. And can you actually do that? Can humans do that? And she was like, no, they can't. And for a while I was like, well, they can. Well, you can do it if you just love and just don't think about it and just go. But even like in your own head, you'll have doubts, and you're always going to have doubts. Even if you know, like if you've ever been in a relationship and you love the person, and then they do something, like they go out with their friends, and you're like, well, what if they did this? And you have doubts in your head. They're natural, and you feel like you can't control them, and there's nothing you can do about it. And relying on God to help you with that stuff is hard. And so the point we kind of got together is like, unconditional love is possible with God, because it's not by ourselves, but if we allow God to help us and fully rely on Him and help Him get us through everything. Now, I know a lot of people think that if you believe in God and you trust in Him, your life's going to be great, and I don't believe that's what the Bible says. I believe, from what I've seen, from the proof, or from what the examples the Bible has shown, is that being a Christian is going to make your life worse. It's going to get you ridiculed. It's going to make you not the favorite in most people's eyes. Looking at the Apostle Paul, as he was converted from Jewish to Christian, and he was killing Christians, and then suddenly he started believing God from all the different signs God showed him, and the whole being blind for 3 days. And then after that, his life, he was in prisons, he was in shipwrecks, he was killed at the very end, and just all these things that were bad happened to him. And you'd think, why would a God that loved their children let that happen to him? The one who has given his entire life, given all his things to be serving God. And I think people get misconstrued about the fact that if you follow God, your life's going to be great and fine. And I don't think that's true, because it's not the life He's called us to have. So when I say allowing God to help me through my things, if I break my finger or something like that, I don't think God hates me. I still think I'm blessed, and I don't think I can ask for anything more than the position I have now. Yeah, I just have too many blessings to be sad, which I still struggle with that. I was bummed out the whole time at the skate park because all my friends were skating and it looked super fun, and I wanted to be happy with them, but I couldn't do it, and I was so focused on not really filming that day and just skating, and I couldn't. But yeah, it was so small-minded of thinking of just for myself, and it's very selfish. I don't think that's right. This video is already really long. I probably should wrap it up. But yeah, my main point of being, whatever you say you're going to do, try to fully commit to it, and don't be hypocritical. But I can't really talk because I'm a bad person anyways. And all these things that I'm talking about in this video are just things I've heard from other people and things that I believe to be true. So if any of this has helped you, I hope I don't make you stumble as a person. And I hope that you have something that you can fall back to if other things go wrong. If you're going to blame yourself, or if you're going to blame a God that you don't believe in, or blaming a God that you do believe in. I hope you understand what you're doing. I'm not qualified for this, but thank you for watching, and God bless.